Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions, the 8th of November 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. The 8th of November 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. Iraqi television Shafaq News started showing the possible new lower denomination dinar notes to the public. This is being seen as a big step towards changing the exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar. The new notes, they tell us, have upgraded security features that we have never seen before and are a signal of Iraq's financial reforms moving forward. The show is that these notes are real and ready, and they're doing that just ahead of a potential exchange rate change. We're not seeing it on Baghdad Channel 1 or any other outlet here. Kind of confusing. The 8th of November 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z, via PDK, bank story. Friend, visited a wealth manager at a Wells Fargo branch. She was visiting several banks to find a financial planner she was comfortable with. She had a good conversation with a financial planner at WF regarding currency and exchanging. The gal went as far as identifying which branch location will be handling the exchange for their bank in that city. She also indicated to my friend that we are very close. The 8th of November 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now. There are a couple of sources that said, the 7th was in play for notifications, and the dates of the 11th and 12th of November, Veterans Day, is the 11th. And as the banks will be closed, I don't think they'll initiate something for the redemption centers without the banks also being open. So, we've got the possibility of getting notified, more likely the weekend. The start of exchanges could be as early as Monday, and more than likely, I'm going to say Wednesday, the 12th. The 8th of November 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat. I need to clarify this one more time since everyone is brainwashed on this Kuwaiti dinar and uses it as a justification for a like RV in Iraq. So, I want to emphasize that the IMF, under direction from the UN, temporarily took the KWD Kuwaiti dinar off of Forex so Saddam could not use it to fund his army against coalition forces to throw him out of Kuwait. When the effort was over, they simply reinstated it. In fact, when they did reinstate the KWD, it was about 30 cents lower than before the takeover of Kuwait by Saddam. This is factual. Does this sound like an RV for the KWD? The KWD, once reinstated, was driven by market demands and rose to nearly $9 before they took it off the float. Again, this was not an RV but short-term speculation. The 7th of November 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 question. If they change the rate, will it be overnight quietly? Yes, when the rate changes there will be no pomp and circumstance. There won't be any celebration. Maybe inside Iraq, but not around the world. The news will catch up with it, but there will be no major announcement. It will only be internally inside Iraq. That's where the excitement will be seen. When it happens, it will be like flipping the switch of a light bulb. It will happen quickly, instantly. The 7th of November 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. When Alak changed the rate from 1450 to 1310, what did he say? Immediately. That's what he did. Done. That's my expectation. The 7th of November 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru FNULNU article. Iraq's current economic and financial conditions will note a number of macro indicators suggesting that the country's fiscal policy has entered a state of deficit. This does not refer solely to a shortfall of revenues against expenditures, but also to a deficit in managing the supply of local currency, ensuring sufficient dinar liquidity, and meeting the government's domestic obligations such as salaries and other operating expenses. Iraq's economy is not in good shape and the mismanagement is catching up to the CBI. There will be no RV in the near future. The 7th of November 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z, via PDK, article. Vietnam records a nearly $20 billion trade surplus in first 10 months. They dominate exports with their undervalued dong. This is why there is so much pressure on Vietnam to revalue their currency. The 7th of November 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. It's not rocket science. The moment they lift your 3 zeros from your exchange rate, once they are deleted, it is an automatic flip of a switch electronically. Iraq's system is set up to show that new exchange rate instantly. It will happen at the blink of an eye. Once that happens, it will be the signal to the Iraqi citizens it is now time to trust banks and bring in the 3-0 notes. If not, Iraq citizens lose their money. The 7th of November 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat, will removing the zeros actually happen and we get the reinstatement in January 2026? I can only report on what they say and then bump it up with my CBI contact. Our next step is to wait and see what happens. Again, nobody is going to know the actual target date, but we might be able to come close. The 7th of November 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Iraq announces a new phase of security cooperation with America. Quote, the spokesman for the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Sabah al-Numan, announced on Friday that Iraqi and American officials are committed to laying the foundations for a new phase of security cooperation, stressing that consultations between the two sides regarding the future of the relationship between the two countries will continue. The 7th of November 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. The central bank governor told us more than once that the project to delete the zeros off the exchange rate is going to happen. It's still in process. They're working on it. He can't tell you exactly what's going to take place, but he can give you some information. If they do an adjustment, drop the 3 zeros from 0.00076, then apply a real effective exchange rate based on fundamentals. The fundamentals are off their gold, their reserves, etc. The 7th of November 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. I only showed you 3 numbers: 3.22, 3.86, 4.25. You may say, is that the exchange rate? That's not giving you an exchange rate, it's giving you a comprehensive study of what they said the float could do in order to reach the real effective exchange rate. The 7th of November 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z. Via PDK. It is believed they are holding onto the budget because the rate is in it. That is what my sources in Iraq are saying. A number of them work in the government of Iraq. Comment. I am hearing the Iraq budget has blank spots in it. Mark Z. Quite a few. And there is a mechanism in the budget for a rate change. Why would there be that mechanism in the budget if they weren't expecting an RV? The 7th of November 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat. What you want to see is the nominal rate put back on Forex when it comes out following the project of removing the zeros. It is the repegging to a new basket and off the sole peg to the US dollar that will allow for a very high rate to be announced on Forex. They told us they do not plan to float once they remove the zeros, but will float once on Forex. The mere fact that they talked about not doing a float in the same articles about removing the zeros told us this fact. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net